Hey guys, and welcome back for another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cute, simple corner bookmark. This is going to be a great gift idea this year. Great for teachers, friends, kids, anybody who loves to read. So essentially how this works is you're going to open your book to a page that you want to save, and you're going to take a few pages and you're going to slip them right into the bookmark, and then you're able to close your book. And you could put several of these in your book if you want to. You can really have fun with these bookmarks. I went ahead and did some fussy cutting, and I made it so that the bird was in the corner, and then on the back I made it so the bird was centered. So you can really have a lot of fun with the different prints and designs. I made this one with musical notes. It's all Christmassy, super cute, but of course you can use any sorts of fabric. So let's just get straight into the tutorial. So for this project, you're going to need some cotton fabric. I'm going to be using this red buffalo plaid print, and then I'm going to be using this green for the contrasting triangle in the corner. I'm going to be using medium weight interfacing, and I'll have links to the interfacing that I use in the description box over at the blog post. So this is super easy and quick to make, and I find that the medium weight really gives this bookmark some crispness and makes it nice and rigid so that it's easy to slip into your pages. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to iron on the interfacing onto the back of our squares. And I like to use the fusible because it has a glue, so it's a rough side. You're going to place that onto the back of your fabric. And this is going to be a little bit smaller, and that's just going to help to make it less bulky around the edges when we go to do our top stitching later on. So I made it a ½ inch smaller, but like I said, those measurements will be in the blog post. So I'm just going to use a hot dry iron, and we're just going to press that. And I'll do it from both sides. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of our squares. So I'm just going to show you what the interfacing does. So as you can see, it is pretty rigid. And this is a piece that doesn't have any interfacing. So it's definitely a good stabilizer and will make for a really nice bookmark. Okay, so from here, we're going to take our these are the outer fabrics. We're going to place those to the side, and we're going to take the contrasting triangle fabric, and we're going to fold that in half diagonally. And we'll give that a good press. And we want this to be a very square bookmark, so you're going to want to make sure everything is perfect. This will give you the nicest finished product. Okay, now from here we're going to take our fabrics and we're going to start to stack them. I'm going to take my triangle and I'm going to put it in one corner. And then we're going to take the other piece and we're going to place that on top so the right sides of the outer fabrics are together. We're going to sew all the way around, but we are going to leave a 1-inch gap, and we're going to use that for turning. Okay, so I like to start sewing on the side that doesn't have a corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here, which is right in front of the corner. And I'm going to do about 1 inch this way. We're going to go all the way around, and we're going to stop about this far. And then that's where we're going to go ahead and flip our piece. I'm going to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm going to go forward, back stitch, and then we're going to go right to the corner about 1/4 inch, and we're going to stop. Okay, I went a little too far, so I'm just going to back up 1, lift my presser foot, and then pivot the square. You're going to want to try to make those corners really sharp. That'll give you the best product. And if you need to go slow and make sure that you are really lined up, that these seams are as straight as you possibly can get them, this is definitely one of those projects that if you're not a seasoned pro, you might need to practice a few times, but making sure that you cut some really straight squares and using that interfacing will definitely help to make this bookmark look the best that it can. So again, lifting that presser foot, remove my clip. And if you get a little confident, you can go a little faster. But I always slow down before I get to the corner. And then pivot again. And then we have one more corner, so we're just going to go ahead and pivot. And we're just going to do about 1 inch in, back stitch, and then take it out of the sewing machine. Okay, so for this part, we're going to use a knitting needle to assist us. And then we're just going to take our scissors and we're going to snip the corners. Snipping the corners is going to help reduce the bulk. So you get nice, crisp corners and a really nice bookmark. So you're just going to clip those corners and make sure you don't snip any of your seams. Okay, so now we're going to take the piece and we are going to flip it right sides out. So I like to go in and then push the furthest corner to the hole, and then you can kind of grab it and then work the fabric around. It's going to be a little difficult because of the interfacing, but it is doable, and you're going to give it a good press when it's all done. So I'm going to use that knitting needle and we're just going to put it on the inside. Now you do want to just kind of just massage it. Don't be too rough. And there we go. Okay. So this is how it's looking. If for some reason you think, oh no, I did it backwards, I wanted to see this part on the outside, this is when you flip it. I've done that before where I'm like, oh no, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Now we're just gonna take our ironing board and we're gonna give it a good press. Now this is where you want to really be a little meticulous, because if this is not really nice, you're going to be able to see this on your finished product. So I'm just going to fold in those raw edges as best as I can and press. And if there's a little bump, you want to just push it in. You really want that to look good. Okay, so now we are going to do a top stitch. And I'm going to make sure that when we go over that hole that we catch the fabric. So we're going to use like 1/8 of an inch. And then when we get to the corners, I'm going to go all the way around. Okay, so these are really easy to use. All you need to do is open your book to where you want your page to be saved. You're going to take a couple pages and you're just going to slip those right into the corner like that, and then you can close your book and you can have several of them to mark several pages. You can stack them together like this for easy storage. They're really cute and you can really have a lot of fun with the different types of fabric. And I even went ahead and did a little fussy cut on this one, so the little honeybees is centered on the back, and I made sure it said "Be Joyful" right there, which I think is so cute. This would be a wonderful gift this holiday season, especially giving it as a little pack of 2, maybe 2 contrasting, so that both colors kind of stick out from the side and you can see them. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you give it a try, follow me over on Instagram. I would love to see it. All right, bye guys.